Yeah, my name's Ken Wright. I've been a member of Lighthouse Church for about 2 years now. Married to my lovely wife, Charlene, who was Gafford at the time. We have 5 kids between us, 2 grandchildren. You might recognize me from the Mazio's in Millington. I was a manager out there for 15 years, or from my newest fame, the tithe wrap. I was 1/3 of the tithe wrap during Revelation House. Ended up having a pinched nerve in my neck, and one that had about a limited use of my hand, about 50%. When we came back, I started going to see a chiropractor for about a year, to no relief at all. Went to a specialist. The specialist recommended, of course, first getting a nerve block. Didn't help at all. Then to have surgery, recommended, fusing a couple of vertebrae in my spine together. He said, that'd pretty much take care of everything. While I was waiting for the test results to come back to clear me for surgery, they found out that I had pre-diabetes. My sugar was high, so I had to cut out my sugars and my carbs for a couple months to be able to get on a schedule to have surgery. This was about December that they figured out that I had my blood sugar high. So we were doing a corporate fast at the time. I decided to go ahead and just cut out my sugar, no sugar. I was like, okay, yeah, this kind of goes together well. After the corporate fast, they had a service, I believe it was on a Wednesday night, where they had a prayer tunnel, a healing type tunnel. And I didn't want to go. I mean, I totally don't like being in front of anybody, but Charlene pretty much drugged me down to the prayer tunnel. I went through about 12, 14 people laying their hands on me. And by the time I made it to the missions pastor, Pastor Paul, I kind of felt, something when he touched me. So I don't know if it was the 10 people before him, breaking down all the built up whatever I had, to finally, be able to get this healing. But I did feel something. It wasn't relief. I didn't walk away without any pain. I was still in the same amount of pain as when I came there. I remember Pastor preaching that night before we did this, saying, when you leave from here, go and be healed, or something to that effect. So for a couple of weeks after that, when people would ask me, hey, how are you feeling? I would tell them I healed. I believed that I was healed. It's still in pain, but I still told everybody, hey, I'm healed. It worked. About a month later, I started regaining strength in my hand. The neck pain had loosened up, had eased up, and then I started believing, hey, I really am healed. So Nicole had called Charlene on a day that we were out of town, asking if we had watched the service, because everything had been pretty much shut down because of COVID, and so everybody was watching the service over YouTube or whatever channels, and we hadn't seen it because we were traveling. So when we got back, we watched it, and Pastor Timothy was speaking, and pretty much said that Nicole dared us. Well, he said that a member of the staff had said something during the staff meeting about there were a couple people that were healed. I guess when they were asking, for prayer requests or who do we need to pray for, and Nicola said that, Ken had been healed, and so Pastor Timothy had not given out any names, but I realized, that's me. I know Nicole threw me under the bus, told him during the staff meeting I'd been healed, and I was too private of a person to tell my story. So after I watched the sermon, I was fuming. I was mad. I actually had to remove myself from the house for a couple hours to process these feelings I was feeling. I didn't understand why I was mad, who I was mad at. And then I realized, hey, you're trying to be prevented from telling your story, from telling your testimony. This is the devil trying to stop you by making you mad. So ever since then, we've been pretty much planning to get my testimony, and the devil's been throwing up roadblocks, but we finally got here to tell it. So that's my story.